Hi everyone, this is Fran from highonhealth.org, and today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's really quite close to me and probably many of you as well out there. It's about skin picking. I know it's a really icky topic, and people that don't have any experience with skin picking, who haven't actually done it personally, can find it a little bit too confronting to talk about, but I'm not shy. I'm going to do yet another video about skin picking, and hopefully it'll help some of you out there that are going through the 30-day challenge or trying to give up the skin picking. First of all, what is skin picking? I have done some videos in the past about it. Skin picking is when you focus too much of your attention on your skin when you're trying to achieve the unrealistic goal of having 100% perfect skin, a perfect complexion, kind of like, you see in the magazines and they've photoshopped it and it looks absolutely stunningly perfect, but it's not realistic. And it's when you do the actual physical act of picking your skin with your nails, with tweezers, with a pin, with whatever. It's when you're actually picking inflammations, and there can be blackheads as well that you pick, or even hair, but you're focusing and you're picking on your skin. So that's pretty much sums up what it is. So a lot of you out there will be very familiar with it, and I myself had this problem in a really big way. After I came out of a really long-term relationship, I was with this guy for 8.5 years, and he ended up meeting someone else, which is of course a very difficult thing, and I was very hurt at the time. And one of the ways of dealing with the pain in my heart was to start focusing on my skin and picking at it. And I found that when I was focusing so intensely on my skin in the mirror, all my problems went away. And I realize now it's because I was concentrating so hard that I was forcing myself to live in the moment. I was living in the now, so I wasn't thinking about anything in the past and anything in the future. It's a very Eckhart Tolle concept, if you're familiar with The Power of Now, the Eckhart Tolle book. But it wasn't a very healthy way of doing that. Yeah, it's great to live in the moment, but it was very destructive on my skin, picking at it. And it gave me this false expectation that as soon as my skin was perfect or clear, then all my problems would go away, because as I was working on my skin, my problems weren't there. And I can tell you now that my skin is clear, and I'm getting a lot of compliments from people on the blog and in real life, and your problems don't go away. They're still there. And yeah, so that's not even something that you can consider. So I really wanted to talk to you today, if you do have this skin picking problem, that often it is tied in with some background issue. So for me, it was this relationship breakup and the pain, and I was trying to escape from that horrible feeling in my heart and my head, and the horrible feeling of the pain, and the skin picking was a way to escape from it. So as soon as I became aware of why I was picking in the first place, it became a lot easier to give up the habit. And I can say with full confidence now that I no longer pick my skin. It's been a good 3 months since I've even touched it. Over the past year or so, I've probably picked at it maybe once a month, and now I'm fully recovered. I even get some little pussy spots on my skin now, and I just leave them alone. I go out in public and it's fine. So please know as well that you can actually get rid of the problem. Mine was really bad for quite a few months. I lived alone, so as soon as I got home, I would walk through the door, go straight to the bathroom and start picking at my skin. Before I put my bag down, before I had a drink of water, before anything, it was straight to the mirror and picking. So that's a pretty bad habit. That's in a pretty dark place, and I can tell you with confidence that it's gone. And even in the past month or so, especially in the past couple of weeks, I have had a lot of very stressful things in my life. I've gone through another breakup with a guy, and I haven't gone to the picking. I haven't gone back to that bad habit, even though the pain might be there, but the picking hasn't come back. So it can definitely be something that you can give up forever and not have to worry about coming back. So please know, if you're worried that you're going to have this habit forever, you won't. It's definitely something that you can quite easily fix. Easily being, over a course of months, but that's better than thinking, oh, it's going to take 10 years to fix up. So I also wanted to tell you guys that it's okay when you're doing the 30-day challenge to slip off the rails a bit, to you can be not picking for 5 days and then sort of end up in the mirror and picking and go, oh damn, I'm in front of the mirror picking, oops. It's okay to do that. I certainly did that myself. I went into the 30-day challenge, even announced it on my blog, and I was very confident that I could do it, whereas after a few days I was back in front of the mirror picking, and I just had to keep being persistent and pulling myself out of that. And it's not like I started the 30 days from scratch every time I picked. I kept to that 30 days, but I just picked a lot less, significantly less. And then after the 30 days was done, I chose not to do another period of days. I thought, okay, that was fairly okay. It wasn't too hard. Now let's see how long I can go for. And I found just it got progressively less and less and less and less until now I don't pick at all. So everyone's different, so you'll choose your way, but please don't put too much pressure on yourself to think that if you do a 30-day challenge and you end up picking one day, that is a disaster and you're never going to recover and it's terrible. Don't think that, because it's fine. You will get to the point where you won't be picking at all. It'll be okay. And lastly, just checking my notes here, what I wanted to talk about was tips, that's right, on how you can stop picking. This is also depending on each individual and what works for you. For me, what really worked was most importantly becoming aware of why I was picking, the actual problem, the root cause of it, I guess you could say, and that was the pain of relationship breakup. So being aware of it then, and also becoming aware that the reason why I was doing it was because it was forcing me to live in the moment. So you can start doing other things that help you to live in the moment. The best way is to read a book like The Power of Now from Eckhart Tolle and learn certain techniques that you can use to start putting yourself into that same kind of feeling of living in the moment without doing anything destructive like skin picking. You can actually do it in a very healthy way. So there are some things you can try there. I'll put a link to the Power of Now book in my blog, in the article, so you can have a look if you want, if you haven't read it. Highly recommend it. Also, I've found just being very confident and strong with myself. Whenever I would start to feel that urge to go to the mirror and to check my skin out or to pick something, I just told myself very sternly not to do it. Even if you yell out aloud no, I've heard some people say that in the forums and in my blog that's what they like to do, and I think that works really, really well. I tried, as I said, with the stern. I think I tried the no as well, and it worked really, really well. So there are two things: becoming aware and also being very confident and strong with yourself. They're the best tips that I can give. So if you've got any more tips, if you were a skin picker and you found some things that have worked really well for you, make sure you write them in the comments box in my blog below this article. I'd really love to hear from you. And also, if you're experiencing the skin picking problem too, I highly recommend you go to www.stoppickingonme.com website and go through the course. It's what really saved me. It's an extremely long course, and I don't think I actually got through to the end. After all, I think I read most of it, but I don't think I read the last pages because it was very overwhelming, but it was enough for me to stop the habit. I remember the first day I read through it, I was so relieved that I was able to recognize what I was doing, and I burst into tears and made the change from then. I started the challenge and did the blog post, and yeah, it's a really powerful website, and I hope it sticks around forever, so I highly recommend you go and read that. But if you have any questions or you need any support, make sure you also write a message in this blog post or in my forums as well, because I recognise how serious a problem it is, and there isn't that much support aside from the stoppickingonme.com website, so I definitely want to help out. So I'm going to have to finish it there. It's 9 minutes and YouTube only allows 10, and it's really long, so if you've lasted to the end, thank you so much for watching. You're wonderful. And yeah, I better just leave it at there. So I'll see you guys next time in my blog. Bye.